Good morning, everyone. My name is PJ Klett, and I am this year's valedictorian. Before I lose everyone, I'm going to give Dr. DeMelle this Rubik's Cube. Feel free to mix it up, but know that with each turn, we'll spend another couple of painful seconds in this gym. How qualified am I to represent an entire class of 225 students? What entitles me with this privilege of speaking at this year's graduation in front of thousands of eyes and ears? A grade point average. This single number on a 100-point scale tells you how I treat my academics, yet it grants me this opportunity. What it does not do is speak the necessary volumes about the characters who stand before me. Everyone has a story worth listening to. So my friends, thank you for allowing me to be a part of yours. I am standing before a crowd full of Gloversville's brightest minds and most caring personalities. Not only the students, but the staff and the parents included. We would not be dressed today as wizards without these wonderful people. My coaches, thank you. Coach Lott, Coach Robert, and Coach Hildebrand. I'm indebted for all of the paramount lessons you've taught me as a below average player for your team. Thank you to my teachers. A special thank you to Mrs. Fitz, Mrs. Brown, Mrs. Poulin, Mr. Wilder, and Mr. Martin. Correspondingly, thank you, Mrs. Poulin, again, for helping me edit this speech. You've all made these 4 years way more challenging than they should have been, and I'm glad you did. Finally, to my family, thank you, Dad, for being my rock. Thank you, Sis, for loving me unconditionally. And thank you, Lola, for being the hardest worker I know. Also, thank you, Lola. I wish you could be here to celebrate this with me. Now, before writing this, I was actually planning on thanking my mom, but she asked me to write about her, so I'm not going to thank her. In all honesty, I owe it all to my mother. I also owe her an apology. I've been so caught up working for the spot and so much more that I failed to give my family the time they deserve. With athletics, clubs, studying, Fortnite, and more studying, I was spread too thin. It was my mom that held me together. You deserve the world, and I hope to make you proud. Thank you, Mom. With the formalities out of the way, I will now proceed to give you some sort of inspirational message that you'll probably forget. First, I must retrieve the Rubik's Cube. It begins with a metaphor. A Rubik's Cube, to be precise. This here cube has about 43 quintillion possible permutations. It represents high school, the twists and turns and confusion of high school. Funny enough, the easiest way to solve this is through a 4-step method. Each step corresponds to a year that we've spent in this building. Freshman year, we're all confused about where we are. Like the Rubik's Cube, we look discombobulated. We're surely never going to make it. The system is designed for us to fail right here. It's obvious that we're at the bottom of the food chain. We complain and complain, however, we do what we're told. We pass our tests, we do our homework, and we start to see results. We're not yet sure where this is going, but we go along for the ride. This is where we solve just some of our Rubik's Cube. Sophomore year, we learn our way around. Things are more fluid, however, we're still an underclassmen. We're at the bottom, but at least we're not freshmen anymore. As I reminisce, I don't remember much from sophomore year. Maybe we took some chemistry, something about water being a polar molecule, I don't know. Honestly, it was all just a blur. However, we still solve more of our Rubik's Cube. Junior year, we're now an upperclassmen. Peter Parker's Uncle Ben once said, "With great power comes great responsibility." This is very true. We're encumbered with more schoolwork, college prep, and maybe even a significant other. This is indeed the hardest year of high school. Our Rubik's Cube requires more attention and more articulate algorithms. Junior year is when you take the PSAT, SAT, and first AP courses here at GHS. With these tests and courses preparing us for college, we become more organized. We take responsibility as young adults because we know that the real world is not going to just give us what we want. We learn to work for it, and we solve even more of our Rubik's Cube. It's finally dawned on us. Senior year, it's the home stretch. We send out our college applications to our favorite schools. We receive feelings of both disappointment and triumph as we open that faded application status update email. However, it's not where you end up. It's the journey that counts. We have all these goals, and college is just another step in the path. It's another step in the algorithm. With all that said, senior year goes by fast. Some may even say it goes by in a snap. As I wrap up this too long of a speech, I now speak to the graduates and possibly anyone else in the crowd who needs motivation. I'm telling you to not let fear control you. When I was little, I would never play Minecraft on anything more difficult than peaceful. I would only do easy mode on Guitar Hero because I was afraid of failure. I was too scared to be a loser. I knew that there was a world out there, yet something was holding me back. Fear. Don't be like 8-year-old me. Set yourself free from the chains of defeat and take a chance. You never know where something will take you if you never try it. As humans, we're all given this finite set of capabilities, and those who put in the work solve their cube faster. We have all solved our Rubik's Cube, but putting a bunch of solved cubes together makes each one indistinguishable. That's why I'm asking you to be extraordinary. Be different in a world seemingly forcing you to be the same. Give back to your community, achieve your goals, or even solve more Rubik's Cubes. I'm not asking you to learn to solve this with your feet, I'm just asking you to be different. My boy Gandhi once said, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." Leave your mark. Be remarkable or be forgotten. Thank you and congratulations, graduates. We made it.
Yes, PJ! Oh my God! Woo! Yes, PJ!
As PJ exits the stage, I would ask that the members of our jazz
that
band
was
please take their
amazing.
place
That
with our
was-
band director, Mr. John Savage.
That was dope.
Congratulations, PJ.